Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and welcome to the by-district round of the state playoffs. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Jonathan Kaspar as Steve Kithill is attending Andrews baseball games at Wharton County Junior College.
Yeah, also a playoff game tonight for him against San Jacinto. I think they faced them a couple times earlier in the year, and he's looking forward to their playoff run.
So we're waiting on umpires to get here, but we do have a few notes to go over in this round one contest between New Braunfels Canyon Cougars and your Rouse Raiders. Canyon comes into tonight 22-6 overall on the season. They finished 13-3 in their district as the outright district champion of 26-5A. Raiders finished 22-8-1 overall and 10-4 in district. And as you may be familiar, in a four-way tie as district champions out of 25-5A due to the seeding and the coin flips that took place between the schools. The Raiders, with Georgetown defeating Cedar Park, seeded fourth based on the coin flips between the schools on how they would play out. The coin flips between Cedar Park and Georgetown and Rouse and Liberty Hill. Georgetown defeated the Alamo Heights Mules last night, 3-0 in their first game of the bi-district series, and
Correct.
they lead that one 1-0 over the Mules. Cedar Park will play Dripping Springs, and I know they're going to have their hands full with a full-strength Dripping Spring Tiger team.
Yeah, and that was actually a crazy one. Dripping actually was in the 2 seed, but lost to Buda Johnson, who takes on Liberty Hill, to actually slide to the 3rd spot and then face Cedar Park.
Right.
So,
and you just mentioned Liberty Hill playing Johnson, and of course your Rouse Raiders taking on the district champion, New Braunfels Canyon Cougar. Similar as last year, as the Raiders were the 4th seed out of District 25-5A, and they are facing the district champion again this year. Rouse took game 1 here last year and had to go and win win the second game, and Canyon forced a game 3, and
yes.
Rouse took that one, and as you know, the rest is kind of history. They defeated 3 district champions on their state semifinal run last year.
yeah, phenomenal run, obviously, and Coach Krimpine is really itching to get this season off, postseason started on the same note. Andrew Kithill came out last year in that game 1 against New Braunfels, and, I think we were a little under the radar. They weren't expecting what they got, and we came and hit them on the chin early. And, didn't really look back other than the difficult game 2, which was the first in New Braunfels.
The Cougars are coached by Nick Kozel. He's in his first year at Canyon. He has 6 years head coaching experience with 71 wins so far under his belt. Coach Krimpine, the head coach for the Rouse Raiders, with 20 years of experience and 450 wins in his career. Coach Kozel is assisted by Scott Carson, Brandon Durst, Cameron Arnold, and Mickey Scott. Coach Krimpine is assisted by Josh Harris, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. The Cougars and the Raiders met previously this season in the Comile ISD tournament. They defeated Rouse 15-8 in that contest.
No, New Braunfels was defeated by Rouse 15-9 in that meeting.
Was it because I got my information from Texas 5A or 5A Texas High School, and they had it.
I pulled mine from UIL.
Yeah. Did you?
With the rankings for the teams,
Right.
and
Okay.
we knew. I know Coach again was sort of liking that 4th spot position because we would get to face New Braunfels, who we know very well because all of their starters have pretty much returned from last year.
Yes,
so
they've returned 9 starters
to
on the season.
know the team as well as he does, he's very confident or feels very confident that this is going to be a great first-round matchup for us.
It ends up working out, and the way that seeding fell out, I feel like, we ended up in a pretty good spot. Even though it's not exactly where we wanted to be, in that district champion position, that number 1 seed, and get to face the Alamo Heights Mules. I know that he was looking forward to, if we seeded second, that we would draw Buda Johnson. And unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. And Cedar Park seeded second, so they drew Dripping Springs.
Right, exactly.
So probably a much stronger opponent with them being back at full strength. And the young freshman that came back, as I spoke with Coach Kozel before the game, he led their district in home runs as a freshman.
Unbelievable.
At Dripping Springs.
That's an unbelievable bat right there.
He said they're a much better team with him in the lineup than they were before. The difference was daylight and dark. So the introductions are being made, and we're going to go through the lineups for both teams. For Canyon, leading off will be number 25, the right fielder, Blake Hollingshead. He will be followed by number 1, Trip Villanueva at second base. Batting third will be the catcher, Robbie Lopez. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, number 22, Will Canalicchio. Batting fifth will be the center fielder, number 13, Isaac Ureta-Goyena. He will be followed by number 10, Evan Janner, the left fielder, at the number 6 hole. Batting seventh will be number 4, Chandler Banks, the designated hitter. He will be hitting for the shortstop, number 2, Sam Ortiz. Batting eighth will be the starting pitcher for the Cougars tonight, number 5, E.J. Garcia. And rounding out the order will be the third baseman, number 12, Bryce Garza. For your Rouse Raiders, leading off will be the second baseman, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. Batting second, the left fielder, number 7, Caden Kaspar. Batting third will be number 8, Oscar Salazar at first base. Batting fourth will be the starting pitcher for the Raiders tonight, number 22, Colby Diaz. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, number 11, Colin Correjo. Batting sixth will be the catcher, number 5, Carter Heinrich. Batting seventh will be the third baseman, number 4, Mikey Caputo. Batting eighth will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. And rounding out the order for the Raiders tonight, number 2, Joe Little Shotty Sparshoe. We're going to take a moment here along with the PA, and we are going to be respectful of the national anthem. And the umpires are being introduced. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. We'll be right back in just one moment. It's baseball time in Texas as we're set to get underway here in Leander. Rouse Raiders hosting the District 26 5A champion Canyon Cougars here at Raider Field tonight. Defense, go ahead.
I would say, folks, let's get ready for some district playoffs. Playoffs are here. We're finally here and ready for some baseball.
Defensively for the Raiders, on the mound, number 22, Colby Diaz. Behind the plate, Carter Heinrich. At first base, Oscar Salazar. At second base, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, Mikey Caputo. At short, Joe Sparshoe. In left field, Caden Kaspar. In center field, Landon Miller, and in right field, Colin Correjo. Due up for the Cougars in the first, Hollingshead, Villanueva, and Lopez. Want to take a moment and mention a UIL required reading. Don't miss the UIL Baseball State Championship starting Wednesday, June 8th at UFCU Disch-Falk Field in Austin, Texas, and at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. Ticket information and more can be found at uil.org. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some baseball.
Oh, no doubt. We've been waiting on this all year. Obviously we felt we were going to be here all year, but there's never a sure thing, as we've talked about so many times in this district, obviously coming down to a four-way tie for first place, with everybody just really beating up on each other. But, on the flip side of that, it's prepared everybody. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing how many come out of 25-5A after the first round.
Speaking with Coach Kozel before the game and talking about his district, they had a really tough district as well. And as he mentioned, he had 3 clear winners in that district. And, they, much like us, they beat up on each other coming through. And the unfortunate draw is that you got teams that are coming into this by-district round that are 4-deep teams that are one is going to be eliminated in this round.
Right.
So, a very good point made by Coach Kozel for the Canyon Cougars. What a great time at the baseball banquet on Wednesday night for the Raiders.
Oh, excellent and great time. And, one thing that seemed to be the theme of the night, Rouse Raider baseball is in a great position for this year and moving forward. It's going to be great to see how the program really, grows and just keeps improving upon what they've done.
Colby Diaz on the mound will face Blake Hollingshead for the first time tonight. Diaz deals a swing and a miss for strike one, and we are underway here in by-district action.
Wasting no time going right at him and off the gate, getting ahead.
The 0-1 pitch. This is cut on and hit out to right center. This will fall in for a base hit, just shallow right, more like a Texas leaguer. And Hollingshead with a leadoff single to right field.
Yeah, a little in on the hands on that one. The ball actually had some late movement. He was able to get enough bat on there just to get that flare over the second baseman's head into no man's land out there.
Aunt Carey says, let's go Raiders. Hey, from Chicago. George Garcia is actually in the house tonight. He flew 1,500 miles to see Colby pitch tonight. Glad you're with us, George. And Grandma Shoddy checking in. Go Raiders.
She has been a staple in our outings so far this year. Love it.
Pitch misses high and inside. Will spin Villanueva out of the way. So the second baseman, Trip Villanueva, standing in from the right side. The throw over to first will not be in time as Hollingshead dives back in. Diaz from the stretch. Caputo to play the bunt. This bunt is fouled off for strike one, and the count will even up at 1. 1 on with no outs.
Yeah,
for the Cougars.
Trying to play a little small ball right off the bat, as sort of would be expected. I mean, obviously they'd love to get something going early in this game and seeing if they can bunt the lead off around.
Again, a throw over to first. Very close. Hollingshead just back in time.
Absolutely love the fact, folks, you're going to see that we, again, talked about this a little bit. We have 4 umpires. Now we have somebody literally right on top of each of the bags to be able to make calls, which is very nice to have in playoffs.
The 1-1 pitch. This is popped up. This could be playable, but it will fall foul for strike 2. 1-2 the count. We want to welcome everybody to Rouse Raider Baseball, and we want to welcome any Canyon Cougar fans that may be listening in. Please feel free to chime in on the chat and let us know where you're listening from, and we'll give a shout out to your favorite player. Throw over, just not in time. It was very close.
And drew a very quick from the Rouse contingent here at the game.
Diaz has an exceptional pickoff move to first and has thrown several out on the season. Hollingshead extends his lead at first. Again, the throw over.
Yeah, following a great move with 90 plus over to first, definitely makes it for a very effective pickoff move.
Colby Diaz will be playing at the next level for the Texas State Bobcats. That's kind of down toward the Canyon way. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Villanueva for out number 1. That will bring up Robbie Lopez. Will Canalicchio on deck.
Yeah, and a bunch was mentioned about Texas State Bobcats being the number 1 ranked Texas team in the playoffs, or in the rankings, should I say, for Texas teams, which is very crazy to see that they're over TCU, Baylor, Texas.
Lopez digs in from the right side. He'll take for a strike. Diaz, a downhill pitcher.
You know, and moving very quick, which, again, is super great to see. You know, feeling the flow very early, going hard at these guys and getting ahead of them early.
Again, a throw over to first, out of the glove of Oscar Salazar, and as Hollingshead was diving back in. So fortunate that it came out, because I think he would have been out.
Yeah, extremely tall player there.
Kind of Aaron Judge-esque. Doesn't
right. Not quite 6'10", but
yeah.
But you know, when he stands in line compared to everybody else, he looks it for sure.
I think he's 6'7", right?
No doubt. I mean, he's making Oscar look small over there.
The 0-1 pitch, that's down and away for ball 1, and that will even things up at 1. If you're new to our broadcast, if you would, hit that like button and please subscribe and become a subscriber to SHN Sports, and hit that notification bell to be notified when the Raiders go live. This is cut on and hit up the middle to Sparshoot to second for 1, the third for 2. And that will end the Cougar first. That will go 6-4, 4-3 on the inning-ending double play.
You know, you love that patented double play ball right there. I mean, obviously it was a great, easy hop to read for Joe Sparshoot, quick flip to Rayner, and, you know, Rayner's been so solid over there. And, you know, we have 2 of our first-team district finalists, first-team district players with the middle infielders with Rayner and Joe Sparshoot. Very great to see that right off the bat.
Defensively for the Cougars tonight, on the mound, E.J. Garcia. Behind the plate, Robbie Lopez. At first base, Will Canalicchio. At second base, Trip Villanueva. At third base, Bryce Garcia. At short, Sam Ortiz. In left field, Evan Janner. In center field, Isaac Udureta Goyena. And in right field, Blake Hollingshead. Due up for the Raiders in the first, Heinrich, Kaspar, and Salazar.
You know, and we're going to see a little change here. You know, Coach has really, other than Rayner, Colby being in their sort of patented first and fourth spots, that second and third batting position has really changed a lot throughout the year. It's found many different people in those spots, and, you know, Kaspar's moved up and down the lineup, you know, finding himself very comfortable at the bottom of the lineup early in the season, you know, and now Coach is literally taking his top 4 batting averages for the year and lining them up 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to come out from strong and see if we can't get some runs up on the board early.
A great night for baseball here at Raider Field. The wind blowing from right to left. Just a calm breeze, not a whole awful lot. Rayner Heinrich makes his way to the plate. Caden Kaspar on deck. E.J. Garcia, the right-handed hurler for the Cougars, on the mound. He will wind and deliver. That's high and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, that's in for a strike, and that will even things up at 1. And Laura and Uncle Mike watching Nolan Hink and the Cougars from Jacksonville, Florida. Thanks for the great broadcast. Thank you all for tuning in and watching here tonight. The hit back to Garcia. Garcia to first, and that will retire Heinrich for the first out. 1-3 on the put out of Heinrich.
And as is Rouse, bringing their top arm, so is New Braunfels. They obviously would love to come out of this with a win right off the bat, obviously changing up how things happened last year.
Caden Kaspar will dig in from the left side. Garcia winds and deals outside for ball one. Amber Thompson checking in. Great job at those hard last names. Thank you very much. Some of them definitely are. Pitch down the middle for a strike, and that will even it up. Oscar Salazar on deck. Nobody on with one out here in the bottom of the first. We're scoreless here at Raider Field. That pitch outside for ball two. 2-1 the count to Kaspar. Great crowd here tonight. A great night for baseball. A little balmy, but other than that, it is a great night. Pitch outside for ball three. 3-1 the count to Kaspar.
As much as this is a hitter's count, he may want to.
He shows bunt, and he will draw back and take a strike, and that will that will work the count full.
A little inside on that
Kaspar.
one, but I think for sure a strike.
It was too close. Too close to call. The pitch gets the outside corner for strike three call, and Kaspar caught looking for out number two.
And I wouldn't say that was close. That was tailing away from the plate if it even touched the plate. That's a hard one to swallow right there, right off the bat.
Oscar Salazar with a new walk-up song. I complained on your behalf, Kathleen, that you like to get your dance on up here with his walk-up song, and he changed it, saying you would like it just as well. Pitch misses down and away for ball one. 1-0 the count to Salazar. The pitch. Check swing, and he's rung up on a strike.
Yeah, the first pitch to Oscar was similar to the pitch, that was called strike to Kaspar on the inside for the lefty, obviously on the outside for the
1-1 pitch, high and outside for ball two.
Right-hand pitcher, so it's always interesting to see how that fluctuation happens when you have a right-handed batter versus a left-handed batter up there and how the coaches or the umpire's going to call it.
The 2-1 pitch, that's cut on and fouled back out of play for strike two, and that will even things up. Valdemar checking in. Hello from Michigan. Go Raiders. Hello, Valdemar. Glad to have you with us again. Deuce is wild for Salazar. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. He's caught looking for strike 3. And the Raiders go in order in the first. After 1 inning, we're scoreless here in Leander. Interesting thing when you come into these contests is that with New Braunfels Canyon being a district champion out of 26-5A, the top 4 teams in District 25-5A tied for the district championship and coin flipped for seeding purposes. So everyone out of District 26-5A is facing a district champion in this by-district round.
Correct. It's definitely not something you see on any kind of regular basis at all. Very unique situation, and people are like, well, hell, I'm facing the number 4 seed. Well, not really. You're not really facing the number 4 seed. You're facing the 4 seed that was the district champ.
Right, yeah, and it's just kind of how the way things fell off. And fans out of District 25 or 26-5A know just how tough that district is down there as well. And it's tough baseball. It's a gauntlet to go through both districts. And, of course, those complexions change next year, right? Dripping Springs moves up to the 6A classification, so yes. District 26-5A will take on a different complexion next year. 26 or 25-5A will look completely different. And I believe that Rouse even changes regions next year.
Interesting. Okay.
I think.
We knew that we had a change.
That may be football, but not baseball.
Well,
so I would have to go back and look at. I think I'm wrong. Football is changing regions, but baseball is staying, I think, 25-5A.
It's always the very crazy thing that, something different than what we had growing up or what I had growing up in Texas. Baseball, football, no matter what the sport was, you had the same opponents every time in your district. There was none of this changing that baseball is different than football, is different than soccer and volleyball.
Well, that's because of the advent of District 1 and District 2 in the football regions. Will Canalicchio will lead off the second for the Cougars. He will swing and miss for strike one. Amber Thompson, go Bryce Garza, number 12. Christina Stover, what's up, Florida? Aunt Tina sends a big shout out to the Cougs and Nolan.
Yeah, another tall lefty on this side here.
The 0-1 just misses low, and that will even the count at 1. Canalicchio will stand back in. Diaz will wind and deal. This is cut on and fouled back out of play down the left field side. Long strike 2. 1-2 the count to Canalicchio. Urureta Goyena on deck for the Cougars. The 1-2 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 2, and that will even it up. These two teams met last year for the first time in the bi-district round. Rouse taking that series. That pitch sails high for ball 3, and Canalicchio works it into a full count. Raiders eventually go on to the state semifinals where they were defeated by Hallsville. But what a historic run for the Raiders last year. The breaking ball sails high for ball 4, and Diaz issues his first walk of the night, and the Cougars have their second base runner on of the evening.
And
Jimmy Carter, Uncle Shotty says, go Raiders, go. Where did the Raiders finish in regular season? Well, Jimmy, they tied at 10-4 with three other teams. They are a district champion. Playing as the 4th seed. So, occasionally you have co-champions with between two teams. This year you've got 4 of them.
Is that quad champions?
I guess you could say that.
Is that how that would work?
I guess you could say that. Urureta Goyena will foul it off for strike 1.
I'm glad you're the one getting to say that there, Michael.
Well, I spoke to his dad last year, and he said, it's okay, you can call him Y-Man. Everybody does. The 0-1, he will lay a bunt down the third base side. Caputo has it to throw to first in time as Canalicchio will round second and get back just in time.
Carter Heinrich real quick to let everybody know, hey, we need somebody to cover third base because that bunt was down to the third base line, bringing Caputo in. And obviously nobody was possibly there. Now it would have been great to see maybe he could get there and round a little further and get another double play there.
Evan Janner will come to the plate for the first time this evening. 1 on with 1 out with Canalicchio at second. Diaz from the stretch. He takes a long look back. Good deal. This is cut on and hit to Heinrich at second. He will lob it first. Not in time. And Janner with a single. Runners on the corners for the Cougars.
Yeah, Rayner, having to charge a very slow roller past Colby at the pitcher spot, and obviously he charged it, but felt he didn't have enough time to get into the glove to make the toss, so he tried to, give him the toss directly from the glove, and unfortunately that is a very difficult play from that distance, and it sailed high on him, and he was able to get there.
That will bring up Chandler Banks, the designated hitter. Diaz will step off and yo-yo and reset. Rouse Raider namesake, Charlie Rouse, is in the house tonight. He just came in. Breaking ball in for a strike.
Great to see Colby not rattled at all. 2 on is no new thing for him, and he went straight after that batter, and great breaking pitch.
Kim Ross checking in. Go Raiders. Diaz comes set. The 0-1 pitch. Heinrich with a throw down to second. That's going to go out of the glove of Rainer Heinrich and into shallow left field, and that will score Canalicchio. That will score on the E4. No, it was on Heinrich.
That was on Rainer. That was on Rainer. It was off his foot, actually, trying to reach down, and the ball was low enough. It's almost like they weren't quite expecting the throw down there, and a little late to get to second to cover.
Should be 1-1. Actually, it was 2. So, and that will retire Banks on the strikeout. 1 run is scored with 2 outs, and that will bring up the pitcher, E.J. Garcia.
The heaviest bat they have in the lineup as far as batting average, based off of what I was able to pull up on information for New Braunfels.
First pitch, he will hit this over to Sparshu at short. The throw to first will not be in time as Salazar had to come off the bag to play the throw. That will go E6. With runners on the corners.
And we do have a sub in for E.J. Garcia, being that he's in the pitcher spot, number 15 for New Braunfels.
Very uncommon that you see Raiders with 2 errors in 1 inning. Number 12, Bryce Garcia, will come to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. Runners on the corner for the Cougars. They're leading this one 1-0 over the Raiders. Breaking ball in for a strike. Nothing in 1, the count to Garza. Fastball high for ball 1, and that will even the count up. Courtesy runner will advance on defensive indifference. Preston Wilder, courtesy running for Garcia.
And we didn't have a second run score on that inning, did we?
No, he's still at third. Breaking ball high and inside for ball 2. Sarah Kozel checking in. Hi from Coach Kozel's wife. Had to stay home with the baby. See y'all tomorrow. Go Cougs. We look forward to seeing y'all down there. The 2-1 pitch misses low for ball 2. 2-2 the count to Garza. Diaz comes set. The 2-1 pitch, fastball in for a called strike. Actually, I had it wrong. I had 2-2, and it was 2-1. Now it's 2-2. My apologies, folks. Arrow Collectibles, swing and a miss for Garza, and that will end the Cougar second. That they get 1 run on 1 hit, they leave 2, and after 1.5, it's 1-0 Cougars.
Yeah, drawing first blood in this game, so we'll see how Rouse responds here. Middle of their lineup coming up.
Lenny Wilder checking in. Go Preston. Preston Wilder, the courtesy runner for E.J. Garcia. We want to take a moment to recognize our home run sponsors. The Recon Shop. Hey, does your vehicle have hail damage or even pesky door dings? The Recon Shop is here to help. We're conveniently located in Cedar Park, and you can get in touch with us at 512-290-HAIL. That is 512-290-4245. Check out our banner by the concession stand. We would love to walk you through the hail damage claim process or remove those pesky door dings, restoring your vehicle's value. We are your local paintless dent repair specialists, and to learn more about our service, visit our website at thereconshot.com. We also want to recognize Austin Summit Group Realty. Austin Summit Group Realty is proud to support Rouse Raider Baseball and their amazing group of boys and coaches. ASG has been in business for over 22 years and has been ranked in the top 10 by the Austin Business Journal year after year. If you need help with anything real estate related, please call Mike or Chrissy Caputo at 512-671-HOME. That's 512-671-4663. Thank you for your generous support of Rouse Raider Baseball. Leading off the second for the Raiders will be the pitcher, Colby Diaz, and he will take one on the hip and trot his way down to first base. And the Raiders have their first base runner on board for the night.
Now batting, right fielder, number 11, Colin Correjo.
Our courtesy running specialist, Sam Walsh, will come in for Diaz.
Sam Walsh in to run for Colby Diaz.
That will bring up the left-handed hitting Colin Correjo. Colin Correjo committed to UTSA. And he is going to be instructed to remove his jewelry. Well, that's something they should all know by now. Yeah. Remove your jewelry, guys. So, interesting, I'm getting a report that the feed from Game Changer is not coming through for the fans who are here in the stands.
And that's on this guy, but you know what? My phone is showing that it is working properly and is recording.
Garcia from the stretch. First pitch to Correjo, misses low for a ball. Carter Heinrich on deck. Interesting is when playoffs come around, and I'm sure all of you have seen this before, all the boys go and dye their hair, which has seemed to become a custom. Some of them do mohawks. The throw to first will not be in time as Walsh dives back in safely. Mike Alepa is in the house. Robert Martinez and his family in the house, class of 2013. Mike Alepa ran the concession stand for several years. Colin Correjo will hit this one out to left. Evan Janner.
Wow, what
able to make the catch, over the back catch. Outstanding effort by Janner on what appeared to be a hit over his head. Makes an outstanding play.
Colin was able to get that up, and as has been the norm for 90% of our games this year, we have a very healthy wind blowing out to left field, and Colin was able to take advantage of that and thought that he would have had a one-hopper off the fence, but what a great play by the left fielder.
That will bring up Carter Heinrich, the catcher. E.J. Garcia on the mound for the Cougars. He will throw to first and not in time as Walsh dives back in safely. Mikey Caputo on deck for the Raiders. This is cut on and popped up and could be playable. Robbie Lopez will get underneath it and make the catch. And that will do it for Carter Heinrich.
A little Willie Mays style, didn't think he could get quite underneath there again with that wind playing with the ball, so he just used the body to his benefit and corralled the ball.
Well, you had Garza and Garcia coming in on it as well. Lopez calls them off and makes the catch. Caputo will dig in from the right side. He will take an off-speed pitch for a strike. Much to the dismay of some of the fans.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the New Braunfels fans that are complaining about that. I don't think so.
One. The 0-1. Walsh takes off down to second. He's turning around to go to third. Hollingshead will misplay the ball, and not make an attempt to throw. It was a single for Caputo and will not be ruled an error.
Man, what a great situation for hit and run right there.
As Walsh was already rounding second to third. That will bring up the Raider center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller.
Again, somebody he's coming along very well here late in the season. Landon started out a little rough. Coach sat him and wasn't using him in the lineup, just putting him in center field because he's great defensively. But the last several games, he's really starting to find something and really, growing great with the ball the opposite way, which you love to see that if you're struggling at all. Let's find the grass in right field.
Garcia will toe in on rubber. This is in on the handle. Miller will be thrown out, and that will do it. The Raider threat is cut off. That will go 6-3 on the putout, or actually 5-3 on the putout of Miller.
I'm going to go ahead and play a message from UIL. If everybody could stay tuned for this very important message.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Texas for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We want to thank our sponsors for their sponsorship, as we previously mentioned. Colby Diaz back out on the mound to pitch the third, due up for the Cougars in the third. Back to the top of the order, Hollingshead, Villanueva, and Lopez. More and more people starting to fill up the stands here tonight. Cougars traveling very well. They've got a lot of fans here this evening.
Yeah, almost a standing room only. On the Rouse side, it is. As it was pointed out to me, it's standing room only on the Rouse side.
Hollingshead 1 for 1. He had a leadoff single back in the first. He will take for a ball. Pitch high and outside.
Yes, a very, very towering presence from the right side here is
1-0. A breaking ball down and away for ball 2.
A few more chirps there for a home plate umpire, but I believe that definitely was outside.
2-0 pitch. That's inside for a strike. He gets the inside corner. About waist high on Hollingshead. The 2-1 pitch, a breaking ball cut on and missed for strike 2. Heinrich gives the sign. Diaz will wind and deal the 2-2 pitch. A breaking ball just misses outside for ball 3, and Hollingshead works the count full.
Hollingshead even looked at that one twice, thinking had to look back at the umpire to see if that was going to be called strike on him. Very interesting.
The payoff pitch, a fastball misses low, and Hollingshead will draw the walk. Trip Villanueva will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. Robbie Lopez on deck. Diaz goes to the stretch. Villanueva shows bunt. Caputo will move up to play the bunt down the third baseline. Throw down to second in time as Hollingshead caught stealing.
I mean, not even a question. I mean, literally Rayner stood between him and the plate and just waited for him to get there with the ball in his glove. I mean, unbelievable.
Carter Heinrich named the defensive MVP of District 25-5A. Shows off his gun tonight.
Yeah, and folks, if you didn't understand why and what it takes to get that, he just showed you right there. Unbelievable, as they would call pop time. I don't have my clock out, but I would for sure say that was a 1.8, definitely a sub 1.9, which is on the verge of MLB numbers.
1-1 the count to Villanueva. He will pop this one out to center field. Landon Miller will camp underneath it and make the catch. That will bring up the catcher, Robbie Lopez.
And if anybody else is listening in on SHN that is pulling up Game Changer, please chime in and let me know if we're up and running again. I just took it down and brought it back up, and it's telling me we are live.
Lopez hit into the inning to double play back in the first.
Tell you what, I'm also noticing we have some Leander Lyon High School fans here that I'm noticing down in front of us. That's very nice to see them. Haven't quite got enough baseball, having missed out on the playoffs, that they wanted to come out and
you get to see some high school playoff baseball. Lopez will take for a strike, and that will even things up. A breaking ball.
Yeah, which they were in last year. Liberty Hill was the one that was out.
This is hit fair to Caputo. The throw to first in time, and what a stretch by Oscar Salazar. 5-3 on the putout of Lopez. And the Cougars go in order in the third.
Again, a very strong arm there from Mikey Caputo. I mean, he had to play that on the backhand, past the bag, and it was a slow roller that, he played it deep because it looked like it was actually going to go foul. So versus charging it and having that off-balance throw, he elected to go ahead and let's let this ball roll out. Still had a great arm and a great stretch, as you mentioned, from Oscar to make that out. It was a beautiful play.
E.J. Garcia makes his way back out to pitch the third. He will face the 9-1-2 hitters in Sparshoe, Heinrich, and Kaspar. Get our camera reset. I guess it moved just a little bit.
Just enough.
Just a little bit.
Sorry, folks, had to do a little quick adjustment there and try to get a little bit more of the right field. We had first baseman on that one, so hopefully everybody was able to get to see that great athletic play by Oscar Salazar, but right field looked to be a little outed there. So
Jonathan, do it all for you, Kaspar. He has done PA. He has ran the scoreboard. He's ran Game Changer, and he's been my producer from time to time throughout the season.
Hey, whatever's called upon. I try to hold it down like Mr. Kidhill does. I mean, he's the as Michael loves to say, the sultry tones of Mr. Steve Kidhill are definitely missed.
The dulcet tones of Steve Kidhill.
There you go. I'm sultry. He's dulcet. Okay. I'll get it straight, folks.
All right. Joe Sparshoe will come to the plate for his first at bat of the night.
Wind seems to be dying down just a little bit, or at least it feels that way for us.
Breaking. Wow, I don't know where that one missed. That was a nice pitch on the inside corner for a ball.
Maybe a makeup call.
Again, Garcia's a line back to Garcia. He will throw over to first, and that will do it for Sparshoe. 1-3 on the putout of Sparshoe. Back to the top we go. Heinrich will come to the plate.
Yeah, that shows, EJ's temperament there and how he's feeling. Very calm. Normally you would see them rush that or obviously to shorten the throw and make it easier, run. He had plenty of time. He'd run towards first and then give it a nice little toss, but he had no problems turning and making a quick throw to first.
Heinrich's 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher's first time up. He'll take for ball 1.
Another inside pitch. Seems to be definitely a ball call all night. And
that's off his helmet. And Garcia hits his second batter of the night.
And again, folks, you'll see. I mean, obviously there was a definite attempt by Rayner to move out of the way. That is a big part of the discussion, and we've seen some plays where if you don't make an attempt to move, they will call you out as a batter.
If it's third strike, they will make you stay and not award you the base. Not necessarily call you out. Caden Kaspar will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up, and he'll take for strike 1.
I'd love to see something out here in the grass, through that 5-6 hole left side, if he leaves it outside.
Garcia to first, not in time as Heinrich gets back in. Rayner Heinrich, one of the fastest players on the Raider team. Another all-district selection for the Raiders.
As a sophomore, mind you.
Throw over in time.
Very hard to come by.
Throw over not in time as Heinrich dives back in that time. 0-1 the count to Kaspar. And he will take on the outside corner what looked to be high and outside.
Yeah, and once again, that was what he was rung up on. So, unfortunately, he's going to have to adjust to this and understand that EJ's going to live out there all day long if that's the call that he's going to get, and it's going to be a strike.
Throw to first, not in time, as Heinrich dives back in.
Kaspar's going to need to, I think, roll with that pitch and go the opposite way and find something up the line, which he's loved to do all season long. Third base line, that is.
Both pitchers going after first base quite a bit tonight. Garcia steps off, and he'll reset. He'll toe back in on the rubber. Oscar Salazar on deck. 0-2 the count to Kaspar.
And
pitch that looked like a much better strike than the one he called last. He calls a ball.
Just always interesting to see how the lefties fare against any pitcher, whether it be a lefty pitcher or a righty pitcher. I mean, they seem to get the foul end, excuse the pun, of calls that are on the outer half of the plate. And a lot of the times we're seeing balls that are actually touching the batter's box on the opposite side that are called strikes.
Another throw over to first, not in time. 1-2 the count to Kaspar. Garcia will come set. The 1-2 pitch. This is in on the hands and fouled back out of play. And the count will remain 1-2.
Yeah, unfortunately that got in on him. He was thinking outside. Ball actually had some late movement, came in on the hands, and he was lucky to foul that one off and get another chance at it here to see if he can't put something in play.
Garcia comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Heinrich off down to second. And he is not going to be thrown out, but Kaspar is going to be called out on strikeout. Heinrich with a stolen base. And Heinrich will return back to the dugout. That will bring up Oscar Salazar. Salazar 0 for 1. He struck out looking back in the first. Raiders with one on and one out here in the bottom of the third, trailing 1-0. Salazar will take for ball 1, a pitch in the dirt.
And again, never a situation where you don't want to be talking Oscar, immediately letting Rayner know, hey, don't take off, buddy. That didn't go far from the catcher.
Bryce Garza getting a little love. SB Bass gang. Garcia will step off and look Heinrich back to second. 1-0 the count to Salazar. Colby Diaz on deck. Salazar will call time and step out for just a moment. Garcia taking a little long on that.
A little longer than what you would like, and good for Oscar. Obviously you don't want to sit there and get a little lethargic waiting.
The 1-0 pitch, that's hammered and hit down towards second. Villanueva has it to first in time, and that will end it for the Raiders. 4-3 on the putout of Salazar to end the third. Raiders get no runs on no hits. They leave one, and after 3 complete, it's 1-0 New Braunfels Canyon.
Yeah, expecting this kind of game. I mean, we knew it coming in. Obviously, we're going to just say 2 number 1 district champs on each side and throwing their ace. You know, E.J. Garcia, Colby Diaz. You know, they've done very well, both of them this year, and no reason to not expect it to continue as the playoffs happen. Both are seniors. Proven they've been there, they've done that, and they're showing it right now. And you know, we definitely are in for a pitcher's duel.
Diaz's last appearance came in a district contest versus Marble Falls, where he pitched a complete game, no-hit shutout against the Mustangs.
And unfortunately, 3 walks shy of the elusive perfect game.
Diaz back out to pitch the 4th. He will face Cantalicchio, Irureta-Goyena, and Janner.
One thing that Colby's really fallen into that I've seen a difference from earlier in the season till now, he's moving at a very quick pace. He's commanding the game. He's controlling the mound and controlling the game and basically putting it at his pace. And you love to see that. You know, not a lot of doubt in his head. He's going right after these guys. And so far, I believe he started out each inning with a first pitch strike, even though the first 2 innings, they did get their leadoff batter on.
Cantalicchio will come to the plate. He's 0 for 0. He drew a walk back in the second and came around to score the only run in this game. It was a fun time at the baseball banquet, and our broadcast got several mentions. And Coach Crimpine, one of his highlights that he talked about was the boys having a contest to see who could imitate my voice the most. First pitch down and in for ball 1.
The deuce is wild. Wait, that wasn't very good, was it? That was not a very good Michael imitation. I'm sorry. I think the boys did it a lot better.
Somebody else will have to be the judge of that. The 1-0, this is cut on and fouled back out of play for strike 1.
Give me a few more chances at it and let me listen to it a few more times, and I'll get it down. I will get it down.
Oscar Salazar won that contest.
Yes.
They tell me Colin Correjo came in second. The 1-1, this is hit foul, and it just goes foul by about 2 feet down the left field line.
Caputo gave a great chase on that, even as tall and lengthy as he is. That thing was just floating away, and yeah, for sure was foul.
Had a lot of backspin on that.
Yeah, right off the end of the bat. It tends to happen when you have the movement that Colby does.
1-2 the count to Cantalicchio. He will take for ball 2 on a pitch high and outside, a breaking ball that Diaz lost the handle on.
You'd like to see him go straight at him here. Let the defense work behind you. You know they're solid back there.
Diaz opting to stay in the stretch. Pitch misses, down and away for ball 3.
Close one there. Yeah, it was definitely a close pitch. You know, we've seen that so far go both ways tonight.
Payoff pitch. This is cut on and hit up the middle, and that will go under the glove of Joe Sparshoot into center field, and Cantalicchio will get a base hit. Just a bad hop.
Almost seemed like the hop was going to help a little bit, you know, with it bouncing off the mound and getting a little rise and taking some of the speed off. But unfortunately, a lot of topspin on that, and you know, Joe thought he was on it. Sparshoot did, and it just dove right below his glove, unfortunately.
The center fielder, Isaac Irureta-Goyena, will come to the plate. He's 0 for 0. He sacrifice bunted back in the second to move Canalicchio over. Swing and a miss. And he was swinging for the fences. Wow, what a powerful swing.
We have enough wind out here. I don't think we need more breeze, from the assist of the bat. But it was
you can
very
appreciate
nice to
those.
see.
You can appreciate those hard swings like that.
Oh, no doubt.
Irureta-Goyena definitely swinging with power. And he will bunt this one down the third baseline. Caputo not able to play it in time on the slow roller. And Irureta-Goyena will have a bunt single.
Unbelievable bunt right there, folks. I mean, that had the perfect backspin. You actually thought that it had enough spin that it was going to carry him out of bounds, and foul, but out of bounds. Listen to me, this is football.
Yeah.
That it was going to go foul, but it just literally spun exactly in its spot and died, and not giving Mikey enough time to make a play on it.
That will bring up Evan Janner. Janner 1 for 1 with a single. 2 on with no out, and he'll lay down a bunt. Diaz will play it. The throw to first is going to go to the fence, and that is going to score 2 runs on the error by Colby Diaz. A very costly throw from Diaz, sails high and goes to the fence.
Very difficult to see from my angle what happened on that. I looked up on the throw, and I saw Oscar was down to his knees, so I didn't know.
And I don't know that.
Okay. All right.
I think that Janner had it beat out.
Yeah, Don had a great look at that, being on the side that he is here, and he mentioned that, ultimately on the bunt play, Oscar was crashing to try to play the bunt, and Rayner was coming across, and Rayner was a little late. Rayner actually tried to receive that ball deep on first base versus at first base. And, Colby did what he was supposed to do. Yes, the error goes to him because he made the throw, but ultimately you throw to the bag. That's what you're taught from day one, and the fielder needs to be in position to make the play, and unfortunately it wasn't that way.
Canyon extends their lead to 3 over the Raiders. 1 on with nobody out here in the top of the 4th. With Evan Janner standing at second base. Another bunt as Cougars are playing small ball. And Janner will round third, and he will score. And the Cougars are working some Augie Garrido magic with some small ball.
I tell you what, they're
getting on base, and the Raiders are off balance by this. They're hurrying their throws because these bunts are laid down so well and have so much backspin on them that they're slowly rolling in the infield, and the Raiders are having to come up and play them so quickly that they're not setting their feet and planning when they're throwing.
And defensively, they're doing exactly what they need to do. They're crashing hard, and they're getting the ball. But like you said, these bunts, 4 in a row now, have been laid down absolutely perfect.
That will bring up E.J. Garcia.
And once again,
Banks reaches on the error. That will go E5.
And the first time on first attempt not to lay down a great bunt as he fouled that one off.
Throw over to first, not in time as Banks dives back in. Diaz from the stretch. This time Garcia will lay a bunt down to first, and Salazar will take it and step on the bag. A sacrifice bunt for Garcia.
And recording the first out of the inning.
And that will bring up Bryce Garza. Garza struck out back in the second to end the inning. Raiders trail 4-0 to Canyon here in the top of the fourth with 1 on and 1 out. Diaz will step off and he'll look Banks back to second. From the stretch. First pitch to Garza. This is cut on and hit to Heinrich at second to throw to first in time. 4-3 on the put out of Garza for out number 2. And back to the top of the order we go. Blake Hollingshead will come to the plate.
Yeah, and that ground ball works just the same as a bunt does. Obviously, you're trading the base runner advancing for the out. Basically, no different than what a bunt would traditionally be if it weren't for great bunts that were drawing errant throws.
Runner at third for Hollingshead. Hollingshead is 1 for 1. He has singled and walked. Pitch in for a ball. The 1-0, a swing and a miss for a strike, and that will even things up at 1. By district round, this particular round, the best of 3 will advance in this series.
Which, of course, both teams have that option of making it a 1-game playoff even this early.
They can flip for it. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 2.
And I found out they can actually flip for a lot more than just that. And I don't know that they have to flip if they both agree on a 1-game playoff. Then there's no flip necessary in that situation. But
right.
You can flip for home field versus visiting.
Mm-hmm.
You can flip for game times and whether you want what uniform.
Pitch outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Hollingshead. The 3-1 pitch. This is cut on and hit foul out of play. And the count will go full.
I don't have to save you here, Michael. I was jumping up and watching that ball to help protect you, but we're covered here.
You're too kind. I don't know what I would do without you fine people.
I don't know about New Braunfels tomorrow if we're going to be as lucky.
No, we won't be in the press box. We will be outside. Pitch sails high for ball 4, and Hollingshead draws back-to-back walks. Runners on the corners for the Cougars as Trip Villanueva will come to the plate. He has struck out and flown out to center, so he's 0 for 2. Diaz will toe in on the rubber. Heinrich gives the sign. First pitch. Fastball in for a strike.
And again, great to see him coming straight at him. Let's get out of the inning. Obviously, we are at the top of the lineup, so it would be expected that there's dangerous hitters. But, again, we've got the defense.
The 0-1 pitch, a curveball in for a strike 2 call. And Villanueva down in the count, 0-2.
Great movement on that to the point where they were just letting Hollingshead go ahead and take second on that steal, if you want to call it that. It was a walk.
The 0-2, this is hammered down to first base. Salazar will take it, step on the bag, and that will do it for the Cougars in the fourth. That'll go 3 unassisted. But they were able to put together 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2. And on to the fourth we go. Raiders trailing 4-0 to Canyon.
And folks that don't necessarily understand the terminology, we talked about small ball a lot and Augie Garrido ball. Augie Garrido, the since passed but
famed.
Long time, very famed, very
Longhorn
renowned
coach.
Longhorn coach, was known for small ball, and ultimately let's get the guys around. You get the leadoff on, you bring them around. You're willing to give up outs to advance that runner and getting him in the scoring position so that the next guy up gets what would be a routine base hit turns into a RBI base hit. And that's what baseball's all about. And unfortunately we've seen a lot of times that they're getting away from that. It's not what it used to be from the major league level all the way down. So very interesting to see New Braunfels play that and do it very well.
Do it successfully, of course, aided by some Raider throwing errors.
Correct.
Colby Diaz will come to the plate. He's 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch his first time up.
I'm hoping to help out his cause here and get us on the board.
Diaz will hit this one down to third base. Bryce Garza has it. The throw to first will be in time. 5-3 on the put out of Diaz. Can't be more efficient than that. One pitch, one out. That will bring up the lefty, Colin Correjo. Correjo flew out to left his first time up on an excellent play by Evan Janner to make the over-the-shoulder catch.
Yeah, acting like a wide receiver in the back of the corner of the end zone, receiving that ball over and toe touching. But in that case, it was making sure it made it into the glove.
Correjo will take for a ball, and then he will hit this one down to third. Garza has it. The throw to first in time for out number 2. That will bring up the catcher, Carter Heinrich. Heinrich popped up into foul territory to Robbie Lopez back in the second. And Garza having a very efficient fourth inning, unlike Colby Diaz ended up having.
Yeah, Coach doing a quick discussion with one of his seniors here, President Carter Heinrich, and
Carter Heinrich.
just giving him a quick little pep talk. Hey, let's get the ball in play. Let's start something out here. Be a leader. It's what we need right now.
Mikey Caputo on deck. Garcia from the windup. The first pitch, breaking ball, gets the inside corner for a strike.
And there may have been discussion, hey, let's see a few pitches here.
The 0-1 paints the outside corner for strike 2. And Heinrich quickly an 0-2 hole. The 0-2 pitch. He thought his fastball down the middle. Pretty good-looking pitch.
That was outside. It was outside for sure. And catcher thought it was a gimme.
Heinrich will call time and step out.
Collect himself.
The 1-2 pitch misses low. And that will even things up. Deuce is wild for Heinrich. The 2-2 pitch. He'll foul this one off to spoil a great pitch from Garcia.
Thought twice about that one, and it was like you said, it was a great pitch. He really should have unloaded on that and thought twice of it, but was able to catch a piece of it and stay alive.
2-2. This is hammered on to short. Ortiz has it. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for the Raiders in the fourth. They go in order.
Absolutely amazing that you look at these throws going over, and it's like, oh my gosh, they overthrew the first base. Never mind. He's 6'7".
Yeah.
He's got a 10-foot high reach on him almost. to corral anything that's in that area.
We want to take this moment to recognize one of our other sponsors, Rouse by Hattie. Hey, ladies, get your brows done with Rouse and Such by Hattie. Semi-permanent makeup applied to perfection. Get the shape you've always wanted and keep it. Save time applying your brows, eyeliner, and lip blush. Wake up every day looking fantastic. Check out Rouse and Such by Hattie on Facebook and Instagram and book an appointment today. Call or text 512-817-3493. Thank you so very much for your sponsorship of Rouse Raider Baseball. We could not do this without you fine folks. And again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports in this bi-district round between Canyon and Rouse. Tomorrow, we will have Game 2, and if necessary, Game 3. And that game will be at Canyon High School, just located off of 35 there in New Braunfels.
Yes, sir. And I'll tell you what, we had the luscious locks of Mr. Xander Forsell warming up Colby while Carter was coming in, getting his gear on, and he's a up and coming and very likely going to be a Carter's replacement for next season behind the plate at catcher, sophomore that's been called up, and there's a possibility of him getting to see some time or playing time here in the playoffs.
Due up for the Cougars in the fifth, Lopez, Canalicchio, and Irureta Goyena. Lopez 0 for 2. He's hit into a double play and grounded the third. Diaz deals high and inside and backs Lopez off the plate for ball one.
Got away from him a little bit there. Coming at him with the fastball to start him off.
1-0 pitch. That gets the outside corner or inside corner for a strike.
That's what he was looking for on that first pitch, for sure. Little toasty here this evening, very humid, very muggy.
Breaking ball, this is cut on and hit out deep to left and goes over the fence. That is a home run for Robbie Lopez. And the Cougars extend their lead 5-0 over the Rouse Raiders. Lopez jumps on the fastball and sends it over the left field fence, and all Caden Kaspar could do was just
turn and watch
it go.
Yeah, he was sort of hoping for a similar situation to what happened to Colin Correjo and having an opportunity, but unfortunately that was a no-doubter. He turned and around warning track area just stopped and watched.
A leadoff home run for Lopez.
And we have something going on here with Landon Miller out in center.
Yeah, so I think
he's coming in
for attention.
And I don't know. He's holding
We can't elaborate on any type of injury, so.
Oh, I think he's got a nosebleed. Yeah, it looks like he's got a nosebleed that Coach Harris is actually helping. It looks like he was pinching his nose as he was running in, so.
The trainers are attending to him, and
not dry air that you would expect. That is very humid, as I was just pointing out, but very quick to get him ready. So
Ryan Duffer and Robbie Lopez, the Spanish Spanish general, with that home run. And we're ready to get back underway as Will Canalicchio will come to the plate. He has walked and singled. He will take for a strike.
Colby coming right at him again. Again, senior, knowing that his guys can put up 6-7 runs in an inning at no time.
Foul tip into the glove for strike two.
So he's wanting to do his part try to keep this as close as possible and let the bats wake up. And
which may be tough if Garcia has an efficient outing like he had in the last inning. This is hit out to left. Kaspar will camp underneath it and make the catch for out number 1.
Another one of those difficult. You got the dying light. I mean, we have the lights on, but when you get to this time of night, the ball literally becomes the same color as the sky. So you really have to be very aware of that and watch the ball and get it off the impact, because you have the light, and then obviously with the wind and playing. So it's great play there and camping underneath it and making the play.
Irureta-Goyena will stand in. He'll take for ball 1. He has singled and sacrifice bunted. His one single was a bunt as well, which really got things going for the Cougars back in the last inning. Pitch outside for ball 2. 2-0. Pitch sails high for ball 3.
Right. Colby, a little quick gathering and jumps right back in there and is ready to deliver.
3-0 the count. 3-0 pitch, a fastball down the middle, and Irureta-Goyena was taking all the way.
Yeah, why man? I'm gonna just roll with that. He was definitely taking on that one. And
well, y'all do that. I'm gonna give him respect. Swing and a miss.
And not taking on that one. He was looking to match his teammate over there and try to send something over the fence with that swing.
Irureta-Goyena batting 5th in the order. Payoff pitch. Fastball as he caught looking for out number 2.
Yeah, definitely a good part of the plate that one caught. I don't know what he thought. Maybe he thought it was low. It's the only thing I can think of based off of the position that it had on the plate.
That will bring up Evan Janner. Janner 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He will take for ball 1.
A little high.
He had a single to right his first time up and laid a bunt down his last time up. 1-0, it's inside for ball 2.
Miss Forsell, Kathleen letting us know that we do have somebody up in the bullpen. He's got blonde hair. That's all I can tell y'all, folks.
2-0. This is hit back up the middle. Sparshoe has it. The throw to first. Not in time. Sparshoe had trouble getting it out of his glove, as Janner will beat that one out.
Yeah, just enough of a bobble. I mean, he had position on it. It had a higher jump on him, got into his belly a little over the glove, and as a result, he had to double clutch on that to make sure he had a hand on it and didn't overthrow. So, in essence, it's an error either way, but he would hate to compound that with a bad throw deep and allow the guy to take second base.
He's 6. Charged to Sparshoe. Chandler Banks will stand in, and he'll take for ball 1. Banks reached on an error back in the 4th.
Able to confirm.
Was hit to Heinrich over to second, to first in time, and that will end the Cougar 5th. But they get 1 run on 1 hit, the home run off the bat of Robbie Lopez. And they leave 1 stranded. After 4.5, it's 5-0 Canyon. Due up for the Raiders in the 5th, Caputo, Miller, and Sparshoe. Raiders Raider fans trying to breathe some life into this team and cheer them on.
They're definitely their go-to song, Pump It Up. The crowd is definitely getting into it, and I actually see some New Braunfels fans giving a little cheer and moving them hips and heads, and they're enjoying this song too.
E.J. Garcia back out to pitch the fifth for the Cougars.
And sorry, I was actually putting on that earlier that in the bullpen we did confirm, or I was able to confirm, Jack Knight was up, getting warm, just in case. Obviously get him in a little early and keep an eye on Colby, but I don't think Colby's had an issue. I mean, he had the one inning, but it's been the defense, unfortunately, that's let him down up to this point. He's had a very, very solid outing.
Caputo will stand in. He's 1 for 1. He's singled to right, and he will take for ball one. That pitch in for a strike.
Similar pitch. Obviously hard to say top to bottom, when we're behind here and up in the air, whether that was high or low.
Sam Walsh, pinch hitting for Landon Miller. Caputo grounds to third. Garza has it to throw to first in time. 5-3 on the putout of Caputo. And that will bring up our courtesy running specialist, Sam Walsh.
And senior Sam Walsh, he's definitely can bring the bat, and even if laying down the bunt has the wheels and speed to be able to get that leadoff runner on.
Joe Sparshoe on deck. Garcia gets the inside corner for strike one. So Walsh may be staying in as Miller had the nosebleed. Walsh plays center field. Swing and a miss for strike two. 0-2 the count to Walsh.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that one plays out, Michael, and see what happens, what coach decides.
The 0-3, the strikeout for Sammy Walsh as he's caught looking for out number two.
Great movement on that one. Started over the middle of the plate, definitely was breaking, but caught enough of the corner to get the strike call by the home plate umpire.
Garcia has been effective all night long, and he has kept the Raider bat silent, other than Mikey Caputo's one hit to right field. Sparshoe will take for a ball.
Takes what looked to be a really good pitch.
The 1-0, that's outside for ball two. Sparshoe known to jump on pitches early, showing a little bit of patience here. The 2-0 pitch. This is popped up and caught by Ortiz, and the Raiders go in order again.
In on the hands on that one, and just a little flare directly to shortstop. Didn't really have to move at all.
And I can tell you that
innings, 50 for strikes. And we do have E.J. Garcia with 50 total pitches, 31 for strikes. Considerable difference there.
Huge difference.
Considerable difference through the same amount of innings.
Raiders jumping on pitches early and not making Garcia throw more pitches.
Yeah, and then they both have the 4 strikeouts, as well to go with that. A little under the norm for Colby on strikeouts, so they're being very effective, and obviously that one inning with all the bunts can have a big influence on that, especially when the bunts are ruled hits, in some situations, not all.
Conversation
obviously.
Going between the home plate umpire and Raider coaches, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I guess.
Uh-oh. Lost my screen there for a second, Mike. I was like, whoa, we blacked out, man.
If you move over into that lower right-hand corner, that will happen.
Ah, okay. All right. First time I was like, uh-oh. Had a blank screen here. I don't know if y'all lost the feed at home or not, but
I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, we're definitely having a lengthy discussion here.
I don't see any other defensive changes. Kaspar in left, Walsh in center, and Parejo in right.
Yeah, Colby's just trying to keep himself warm, playing a little infield toss with his shortstop and Oscar and, third base. And that's great to see. We get a little camaraderie here. Bryce Garza not Bryce. E.J. Garcia. Again, the seniors. Colby coming over to talk to him and gab it up. And
I believe we have a new center fielder, number 26. Dawson Snow. Is it Dawson Snow? Dawson Snow. Not exactly sure what was going on with.
I think there may have been a discussion with the pinch runner, and would Walsh be able to stay on as the pinch runner for Colby Diaz if Colby gets on, and obviously that plays in. And they may burn that situation where Colby actually has to run for himself because the pinch runner has now.
Well, he's pinch hit now, so he entered the game as a pinch hitter for Landon Miller, and I'm not sure how that goes, but Garcia will foul this one off down the left field side for strike one. Garcia has sack bunted and reached on an error. Nevertheless, we're underway. 0-1 the count to Garcia, and he will line this one back to Diaz. He will lob it to first, and that will do it for Garcia. 1-3 on the putout.
Yeah, and this will be our first look at Mr. Snow, I believe a sophomore, getting his first opportunity to play at the varsity level. Obviously was called up from the JV1 squad, which was a great team this year. Both JV1 and JV2 for the Rouse Raiders were district champs. JV2 going 13-0 and JV1 going 12-1.
Bryce Garza will step in, and he will take for a ball on a pitch down and away. Garza 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out to second. 1-0 pitch. This is hit foul down the right field side, and will go to the fence harmlessly.
Colin just gave that a quick little glance and was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to make an attempt on that one. There wasn't a lot of air underneath that one. That was right on the fence. And
yeah, he would have had to make up probably about 60 yards to get to that.
Very quickly, too.
1-1 pitch. Low for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching playoff baseball here in round one. I'm Michael Francis. He's Jonathan Kaspar. Pitch in for a strike, and that will even the count up to.
Breaking pitch has been very effective tonight for Colby.
Don Miller on the PA and Kathleen Forsell on the scoreboard. Garza will line this one into right for a base hit.
Now batting right fielder, number 25, Hollingshead.
And that will bring up the leadoff, Bryce Hollingshead. The Cougars have had runners on in every inning. Hollingshead is 2 for 2. Actually, he's 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a single. Diaz will throw to first, not in time, as Garza dives back in. Diaz toes in. He checks Garza at first. He will deal into the dirt, and Garza will advance on the wild pitch.
Colby
1-0 the count to Hollingshead. Swing and a miss. He actually got a piece of it for a foul. So the umpire says. The 1-1 pitch. This is popped up and playable. It's gonna fall fair. Kind of between Correjo and Salazar and Heinrich. Texas leaguer, but it was a towering high fly ball.
Just shows no man's land, right? And the wind's still playing with it, with the wind up there. I mean, we're still getting a good movement in our flags out in center field. So obviously, as that ball climbs as high as it did, it's going to be a lot of movement and very difficult to play.
Runners on the corners for Trip Villanueva. Villanueva 0 for 3 on the evening. He struck out, flown out, and grounded to first.
And showing bunt early, as has been a very effective play for the New Braunfels.
Pitch outside for a ball. Jaime Roman III says, "Go, Coach, Uncle Nick." Throw to first will not be in time as Hollingshead dives back in safely. 1-0 the count to Villanueva. 1-0 pitch. This is lined up the middle. This gets through the gap and into center field. That will score Garza. The throw back in to Heinrich goes under his glove, but is cut off by his brother, Carter Heinrich. And Villanueva will get an RBI single. That will bring up Robbie Lopez, and that's going to do it for Colby Diaz. Diaz's night is finished, and he will stay in as a designated hitter as Jack Knight will come to the mound. Runners on the corners.
Just doing a quick little
for Lopez
parent update here. I've got a Liberty Hill update that that game they went down. Liberty Hill went down 3-0 really quick in the first inning. Seemed like there was a little bit of a lot of guys that hadn't played in the playoffs showing it early, and then they turned around and had 14 batters come to the plate in the fourth inning to go up 11-3.
Wow. Liberty Hill is a dangerous team, and that is Jack Knight. Yes. 42.
Yep, that is Jack Knight.
Jack Knight comes on in relief of Colby Diaz. We'll have Colby's numbers for you once this inning is complete.
Yeah, folks, sorry, just getting some updates here from a couple of other games going on. I have not seen a Cedar Park update yet. I'm working on trying to see if I can get that from some folks that I know in that game.
Georgetown hosting Alamo Heights as they defeated Alamo Heights last night 3-0 in game one of that series. Diaz goes 5 1/3 innings. Runners at first and second. For Robbie Lopez. Knight will deal in the dirt for ball one to Lopez. Lopez, prior to the home run, was 0 for 2. Now he's 1 for 3.
Getting to coming up in back-to-back innings with them being able to be very effective at the plate.
Pitch misses low for ball 2.
That looked very, very good from here.
Two 2-0 the count to Lopez. Runners at first and second. Pitch misses for ball 3. Three 3-0 the count. Hollingshead at second, Villanueva at first. Pitch gets the inside corner for a strike.
We already have somebody up in the bullpen for Rouse. Coach is obviously wanting to keep a quick eye on Mr. Knight here.
This is hit out into left. It's going to fall in front of Correjo. Correjo 2/3 will not be in time because it was thrown wide of the bag. It pulled Caputo off towards home plate side, and that will load the bases. Had he had thrown that accurately 2/3, Hollingshead would have been out on the force.
Yeah, that was definitely a great arm there and a great opportunity.
That will be a base hit to load the bases for
And I did have that wrong for everybody
Lopez.
at home.
And
Sorry,
that will bring up Will Canalicchio. He is 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and a fly out to left, and he will take for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Wow.
Okay.
That was high.
Yeah, it was high. You know, Jack's a very over-the-top pitcher. Will definitely work up and down through the strike zone.
1-1 the count. 1-1 pitch, down and away for ball 2.
It normally has a very effective off-speed breaking pitch that he goes to quite often. We'll see if he's able to dial that up tonight and keep the batters on their heels.
The 2-1 pitch. Check swing. And Heinrich doesn't bother to appeal, so he's.
Yeah, I think that finished a bit low, even though the batter offered at that.
The 3-1 pitch, it's fouled off, and we'll take the count full.
Yeah, no place to put him right now, so he's definitely going to have to battle here and go at him. You know, best pitch, as the saying goes.
Check swing and a foul. We'll keep the count full.
And right now would be a great time to dial up that off speed. Get that breaking pitch in there for a strike. Get our second out.
Payoff pitch, that's high and outside, and that will walk one in. And Canalicchio draws his second walk of the night. That will bring up Irureta Goyena. He is sack bunted, he is singled, and he has been caught looking. First pitch, low for ball one.
There was a look at that off speed. Just a little outside and low.
Raiders trailing by 7 here in the top of the 6th. A swing and a miss for a strike, and that will even it up at 1. One pitch.
There it is.
Break up at 2.
Yeah, good way to change up the pitches a little bit, trying to get him a chase on that outside fastball.
2-2 sails high, and Irureta Goyena will work it full.
He unfortunately wasn't quite able to work downhill on that one to get the strike.
Payoff pitch hit foul and back out of play. If you just recently tuned in and you haven't yet, please hit that like button. If you would, subscribe to SHN Sports and hit that notification bell to be notified when we go live. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Yeah, much needed strikeout on that one. See if we can get the confidence up. Starting to see a little bit of movement from the fielders for Rouse. Obviously wanting to get out of this inning and get their chance at the plate again.
That will bring up the dangerous Evan Janner. Pitch in for a strike. Janner has been on base every time tonight. 0-1, a swing and a miss. When Knight's curveball is working for him, there's hardly anyone more deadly than what he can deliver
12-6,
on that.
a very good 12-6 pitch that the bottom just breaks out of it. Again, that over-the-top pitcher getting a little ball there, trying to come back with the fastball.
The 0-2 misses outside. 1-2 the count to Janner. Pitch, it's fouled off. And Janner will stay alive.
He's able to go exclusively to that in a lot of situations just because nobody can touch it because there's so much movement in it. It's very hard to pick up on.
Wow, I'm not sure where that one
I believe
went,
that was a little low, and
might be in.
I don't understand how he laid off of that. As good as that pitch looked the entire way, and he didn't swing.
Deuce is wild for Janner. Bases loaded with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch, that's high for ball 3. No place to put him. Cougars have scored 2 in this inning. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and away for strike 3. And Knight able to get out of the inning with back-to-back strikeouts. But the Cougars get 2 runs on 4 hits and they leave them loaded. On to the bottom we go. Raiders trailing 7-0.
And even when he's not here and enjoying some baseball on his part, we have an update from Mr. Kithill. Georgetown, Georgetown did win. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to read this. Liberty Hill 11-3, Johnson bottom of 4. He said Georgetown 6-1, but we don't believe it's Harker Heights is who Cedar Park's playing. No,
Dripping
Cedar
Springs.
Park's playing Dripping Springs. I don't have that update.
Okay.
He's giving me, it looks like Georgetown 6-1, bottom of 5, but we know that they are playing tonight. Sorry.
Yeah, they are playing.
Yes, they are playing.
Game
So they're up
2 in
6-1.
Georgetown.
Georgetown is up 6-1, game 2, and they're playing Harker Heights.
No, they are playing Alamo Heights.
Alamo Heights.
Yes.
Apologize, folks. But yes, Alamo Heights is losing to Georgetown 6-1, bottom of 5. Liberty Hill's up 11-3, bottom of 4, and do not have a Cedar Park update as of right now.
Due up for the Raiders in the 6th, Heinrich, Kaspar, and Salazar. Raiders down to their last 6 outs. And Heinrich will take for ball 1. On a pitch low and inside. 1-0. That's in for a strike.
Wow.
I'm not going to argue that. That was a pretty good looking pitch. Maybe it was a
Looked
little
low.
bit low, but I mean we're sitting elevated, so it's hard to say. 1-1, that's high.
Yeah, I think that was definitely high. We can for sure agree on that one. And
2-1 the count. Pitch low for ball 3.
this is where we get to find out if third time around through the lineup, you're getting to see that pitcher a little bit more. Hopefully he can be more effective at the plate.
Garcia gets the outside corner, and that will work it full.
Because even though EJ went full count here, he's not trying to give away anything by putting anybody on with a walk.
Heinrich will foul this one off. Heinrich is lined back to the pitcher and been hit by a pitch.
Get the ding off the pole there in the foul territory and bounced right back to EJ.
Swing and a miss for strike 3 for out number 1, and that will bring up Caden Kaspar. He's 0 for 2. He is struck out looking and struck out swinging.
Yeah, again, see if we can't wake up the bats here, get something going. Unfortunately, EJ's throwing a one-hitter right now.
One hit shutout going so far. Pitch down and away for a ball. Best opportunity to score the Raiders had was back in the second with Sam Walsh at third base. Kaspar shows bunt, lays off for ball 2. And that's as close as the Raiders have gotten to putting a run aboard. The 2-0 pitch gets the outside corner.
And again, that outside pitch, he's going to live there.
Yeah, he's worked it all night long, and it's been effective for him. And all you can do is tip your hat to the young man. Pitch misses for ball 3, and the count goes 3-1 to Kaspar.
Inside and low on that one. Backing Kaspar off the plate.
3-1 pitch.
That
Right
was
down the middle.
And I don't know what he was expecting. That was right down the middle.
Couldn't paint it any better than Garcia just did. The payoff pitch. That's fouled off.
Okay. That was effective. He was not going to allow him to get him on that outside pitch again and fouled that off to stay alive and get to see another one.
Kaspar will hit this one out to left. Evan Janner underneath it will make the catch, and that will retire Kaspar. 2 away for Oscar Salazar. Salazar 0 for 2. caught looking back in the first and grounded out to second in the third.
First baseman, number 8, Oscar Salazar.
Colby Diaz on deck. First pitch from Garcia in for a strike. The 0-1, that's high for ball 2. Or ball 1, that will even things up. 1-1 pitch. Wow. That's a pretty nice looking fastball right there.
Yes, sir.
And that's all I can say about that. I'm working hard not to do that. So, 1-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. Deuce is wild for Oscar Salazar. Ball misses low, and Salazar works it full. Raiders have not had a base runner on since the third inning.
And right down the middle.
Salazar caught looking.
And again, I don't know if our batters are having a hard time seeing the ball. There's 2 in a row that they felt that strike calls on them were not exactly correct.
Well, everybody that strikes out looking feels that way. I know I would.
Yeah, and
it's like I didn't think that was a strike.
You know, we talked about this earlier with the coin flip. You know, Liberty Hill actually won the coin flip, even though they were the lower seed. They actually get the home field advantage. So they are on the road today at Buda Johnson. Buda Johnson went out 3-0 on them early. Then obviously, as I mentioned, Liberty Hill turned around and played 14 batters to get 11 runs in the fourth and to go up 11-3. But Buda Johnson has fought back in the bottom of the fourth, and it is now 11-10. And I apologize, a new update. Now it's tied. They've scored 8 in the bottom of the fourth.
Wow.
Which it sounds like there's been a total of 19 runs scored in the fourth inning of the Liberty Hill Buda Johnson game.
Jack Knight back out to pitch the 7th for the Raiders as he gets a fresh start. Do you have the final numbers on Colby Diaz?
Final numbers on Mr. Diaz. I can get those for you real quick.
2 up for Canyon in the 7th. Banks, Garcia, and Garza.
Colby with 92 pitches, 58 for strikes. He did have 4 strikeouts at 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 3 errors, or earned runs, and 3 walks.
First pitch, that's fouled off for a strike. Banks has struck out. He's reached on an error. Grounded to second. So he's 0 for 2. Pitch sails high for ball 1.
It's the one thing you'll see from that over-the-top pitcher.
1-1. This is hit foul and out of play for strike 2.
Where they have a tendency to not get on top of the ball, as they will say, and get that ball working downhill to where you get. And so it sails a little high. They release a little early, and it sails high on them, and that's what happened to Jack a few times.
1-2. It misses low, and we'll even things up at 2.
Real close pitch on that one, but did stay outside.
A 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Heinrich will throw it down to first, and it almost gets away from Salazar, but what an outstanding athletic play by Salazar to keep that from going way farther than what it did.
That may have found its way to the foul pole or the back right corner of right field had that with as much mustard as Carter had on it.
That will go 2-3 to complete the strikeout of Banks. And that will bring up E.J. Garcia. Pitch misses for ball one. The 1-0. This is hit just foul, about 3 foot foul down the right field line for a long strike.
A quick stab at that one that EJ did, and honestly, it's a great play. If you're right fielder, you see him playing off the line and possibly deep. You just put a stab on that and get a bat on it. We've actually seen Colby do that this year and be very effective at it. It's a great play. Just get enough barrel to get it over the infield, and it just rides out there into the grass.
The 1-1. This is popped up.
And playable.
Salazar in foul territory will make the catch. For out number 2. And that will bring up Bryce Garza. Garza's 1 for 3. He has struck out, grounded out to second, and singled. Eventually came around to score. Garza will call time and step out.
Quick time there. That was
a
interesting.
little luck going our way here, and Kathy Forcell-Stradamus sitting next to me. This is line back up the middle. Knight will have it and throw it to first. And the Cougars go in order. 1-3 on the putout of Garza, and the Raiders are down to their last 3 outs.
We'll see if I don't know if we can get a little pump it up for the boys. I'm sure they would love that and try to get them going.
You kind of can beat things a little hard sometimes. Want to take this opportunity to recognize our home run sponsors. Recon Shop. Does your vehicle still have hail damage from the April 15th hailstorm? The Recon Shop is here to help. We're conveniently located in Cedar Park, and you can get in touch with us at 512-290-HAIL. Check out our banner by the concession stand. We would love to walk you through the hail damage claim process or remove those pesky door dings. Restoring your vehicle's value. We are your local paintless dent repair specialists, and to learn more about our service, visit our website at thereconshop.com. Austin Summit Group Realty is proud to support Rouse Raider Baseball and their amazing group of boys and coaches. ASG has been in business for over 22 years and has been ranked in the top 10 by the Austin Business Journal year after year. If you need help with anything real estate related, please call Mike or Chrissy Caputo at 512-671-HOME. That's our home run sponsors.
Yeah, we definitely can't do it without them. You know, all the sponsors that we've had this year has been very helpful, to the program. Obviously the golf tournament that we put on, hopefully to be the first of many years to come.
Leading off the 7th for the Raiders will be Colby Diaz. He takes high and inside for ball 1. Colin Correjo on deck. 1-0 pitch. Gets the outside corner for a strike. The 1-1 pitch. This is lined down to third. What a play by Garza. The throw to first will not be in time. Diaz will head to second on the throw as that sailed over the head of Canalicchio.
Which is, as I mentioned earlier, a very hard thing to do, to sail over the head of the first baseman, Canalicchio. But that's exactly what the Raiders needed here in the bottom of 7, their last at bat. And as expected, we have a pinch runner coming
Courtesy
in.
runner.
Yep, and would not be
Oh, wait,
Sam
no,
Walsh.
it would be pinch runner now because he's designated hitter.
Yes, and that'll be
Carson Voigt.
Carson Voigt, number 55.
Carson Voigt is courtesy running. And Caden Crow is on deck. Colin Correjo at the plate. This is lined over to second. Villanueva has it to first in time. And that will move Voigt to third on the fielder's choice.
And we get to see Mr. Caden Crow, another senior.
Yeah. That will bring up Caden Crow. Mikey Caputo on deck. Crow pinch hitting for Carter Heinrich.
Caden does like to turn on the ball, pull it, see if he can't square up on one here and send something down the left field line fair.
Garcia will deal low for a ball.
It's a hard situation here, coming in a little bit cold. Hopefully he's been in the back taking some cuts, warming himself up.
1-0, that's in there down the middle for a strike. The other thing that you can say for Canyon is they've had no wild pitches or pass balls tonight. That pitch is fouled off for strike two.
Definitely not something you hear or see a lot of, at the high school level. Even as good as these teams are, there's always going to be that situation where they get in the chase and the ball gets away, but it's a very effective job.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike three, and the Raiders are down to their final out. Dawson Snow on deck.
Now batting for your Raiders, third baseman, number 4, Mikey Caputo.
Mikey Caputo hoping to end the shutout here. He will take for a strike. Nothing in one, the count to Caputo. Pitch. Strike two.
Inside, but great movement at the end to catch the back corner of the plate. And very effective pitch.
0-2, the count to Caputo, down to the final strike. And Caputo will call time. Garcia comes set, the 0-2 pitch. This is hit out to right, and it's not caught. It was a great diving effort by Hollingshead, and that will score Carson Voigt to end the shutout. A base hit for Mikey Caputo.
And doing what he needed to do. You
And
get that outside pitch and you go with the pitch.
He has the only 2 hits for the Raiders on the night off the bat of Mikey Caputo.
And both to right field. Again, go with the pitch. Take what he's giving you. Shorten up. Choke up. It was a great 2-strike approach by Mikey Caputo on that one.
Dawson Snow will stand in. He'll take for a strike.
First chance to see Mr. Snow here.
Garcia misses inside for ball one. Nobody even bothered to hold Caputo on, as none of these runs matter.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is that batter right there at the plate, and EJ knows that.
Check swing, he lays off for a strike two call. Well, you say they don't matter. They matter as they accumulate, but until it gets to that point, they're not going to give a lot of attention to that one run. And Snow caught looking to end this game one. And Canyon came out from the start, and they have been solid throughout this game. And E.J. Garcia, what an outstanding performance by E.J. Garcia. He kept Raider bats off balance all night long.
Yeah, you can't say enough for that. A senior, his last opportunity, as we saw some seniors from Marble Falls on senior night, unfortunately playing their last ever game. EJ's going to be approaching this, as his last. He's not going to get another opportunity to pitch in this series. So he wanted to make every chance count, when he was on the mound, and he did that tonight. He went after everybody. He had great defense behind him, kept him off balance, and was very effective tonight, working top to bottom, left to right, inside and out as a pitcher.
Well, he did solid. He only gave up 3 hits on the night, 1 to Colby Diaz, 2 to Mikey Caputo, and only 1 run was able to score.
Yeah.
And that's all the offense that the Raiders could generate tonight. And Garcia being effective, and now the Raiders, with their back against the wall, they have to win tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock is a must-win game. If they do not, then Canyon will advance to the next round, to the area round of the playoffs.
That's right. I mean, good news, bad news situation. I mean, good news is that wasn't an elimination game.
Right. And
bad news is we are now going on the road, a place where we've been able to win. We won against New Braunfels earlier this year at their place during the tournament, the Comal tournament. We've won against them last year. So we can draw off of that. I know Coach will have that discussion with everybody, and they'll come out strong, and see if we can't come alive and wake it up early with the bats tomorrow. And, again, that game is at 2 o'clock?
At 1 o'clock. It's a 1 o'clock game start. Join us tomorrow at 12:45 for pregame and a 1 o'clock first pitch. Also got to mention the required UIL baseball tournament message from the UIL. Don't miss the UIL Baseball State Championship starting Wednesday, June 8th at UFCU Dish-Falk Field in Austin, Texas, and the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. Ticket information and more can be found at uil.org. A disappointing final here tonight as your Rouse Raiders drop Game 1 to a very feisty Canyon Cougar baseball team, 7-0.
They were able to ride the mow.
And they
did.
They
had the momentum going early and really capitalized on that with some great bunts that were able to be laid down, some with some errant throws, but others that were just perfectly laid down bunts.
They came in that 4th inning and just chewed the Raider defense up with small ball.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
What a great strategy by Coach Kozel to do that, and they executed well. That's where Raiders have struggled as of late, laying down bunts.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, it was a flip the script here. Obviously, we had to have a major amount of practice, as we discussed a few weeks back, because we weren't able to be effective laying down the bunts. And then we get a little firsthand front row seat to how it's supposed to be done.
Yes. And they executed it well, and they did exactly what their coach called on them to do, putting the bunts in play and letting their offense work. And the defense made mistakes that allowed them to capitalize on it. And, that's baseball, folks, and that's just the way it is. I understand we're a Rouse Raider broadcast, but, hey, they did what they had to do tonight, and you got to tip your cap to them on that.
For sure. We're never going to discriminate against anybody. We're never going to not recognize and acknowledge a great bunch of boys that did their job. They came up and did their job. Their coach asked them, hey, I need a bunt here. I need you to get that runner over. If you get on, that's a plus. But that's not his main goal. His main goal is to advance that runner. And they did that, and again, hats off to them. Very effective game, and I know Crimpine will have the guys fired up tomorrow, ready to come out and attack and see if we can't run this thing to a Game 3 and, advance possibly into the next round. But, what we really, really want to see, let's Rouse ball travel. All right, we want to see as many people as we can out at New Braunfels. If you're coming, there's not a lot of cover. I've been there. We've been there last year. There's not a lot of cover. Please bring
an umbrella. Bring something to camp underneath, because it does get warm if it's nice and sunny there.
And it's going to be close to 100 tomorrow is what they're forecasting. So make sure to hydrate. come out, come strong, support the Rouse Raiders, and let's
But if you cannot, you can catch it right here on SHN Sports. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching tonight. I'm Michael Francis. He's Stephen Kaspar. The unhappy final here at Rouse tonight, 7-0 Canyon. And on to tomorrow we go. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Pregame at 12:45, first pitch at 1 o'clock. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.